Hi everyone. Here is today's agenda. I will talk about Ethereum and Korea, and will be touching on ICOs and regulations in Korean market. Lastly, I want to share a little bit about community and the story behind our fund. My name is Simon Kim. I'm from South Korea. If you didn't know, Korea is a small country. We had 108 in population, 108 in country size, 27 in population, 12 in GDP. We are known for three things: kimchi, K-pop, and now cryptocurrency. If you visit Korea today, everyone around you will be talking about Ethereum. You can hear this in coffee shops, or buses, or even on your taxi driver's radio. You can see the price of cryptocurrency on TV every day. Even elderly people, like my grandfather or grandmother or their friends, invest in Ethereum. I'm not joking. Actually, about 40% of global trading volume of Ethereum, about 80% of quantum, Ripple, and about 90% of quantum are traded in Korea every day. Of the top 10 exchanges in the world, 3 are from Korea. While the rest of the world talks about when cryptocurrency will be mainstream, Korea is already there. Costars is the main stock exchange market in Korea. A few months ago, a trading volume of Parcel, a leading exchange in Korea, surpassed Costars. So crypto trading is now officially more popular than stock trading. So, why is cryptocurrency so popular in Korea? I get this question everywhere I go. There was a dinner yesterday night, and at the dinner time, I get the same question 5 times. I'll explain this today, so you don't need to ask another Korean again. In my opinion, there are 3 reasons: timing, tax, and technical environment. Let's start with timing. Earlier this year, there was an historic event in Korea. The country came together and fired our president. She is now in prison. Around the same time, Ethereum hit mainstream. The price and the trading volume exploded, while other countries' government quick to react, but Korea was reorganizing. This lead the reason number 2: no tax and no limits. Korean investors are able to invest as much as they wanted, and there is no official announcement about the limits and tax even now. I have many crypto investor friends in Korea and also in the United States. When the price of Ethereum started blowing up, my friends in the United States only able to buy few thousands of dollars of Ether in Coinbase. At the same time, I have a friend in Korea whose dad sold the house and went all in on Ethereum. Now they are happy. So there are so many successful similar stories in Korea, and it makes boom. Korea is hyper-connected country. We have the fastest internet connection in the world. And about 40% of population lives around one city, Seoul. Also, Korea is great test bed for global IT companies. For example, games. We have the third highest revenue on Google Play. And here is another unofficial reason. Koreans love to gamble. In holidays like Thanksgiving, Korea gather with families and play Korean card games with betting real money. Actually, I had hundreds of times with my families too. But gambling is illegal in Korea. Koreans cannot enter casinos in Korea. So we enter crypto exchange every day. So there is the story about why Koreans love crypto. I want to talk about ICOs and regulations in Korea. You've all heard about ICO ban in Korea. Foreign media covered this news a lot. But in fact, there is still not an effective law in place. All the news are heard about an announcement of one government department. Actually, there were lots of ICO scams in Korean market. And the victims sent claims to the Korean government, and the government reacted by announcing a ban to protect Korean investors. Technically speaking, an ICO ban would have to include all coins and tokens issued by an ICO. This includes also Ethereum. But millions of Koreans already invested billions of dollars in Ethereum. It's a huge ecosystem and a large part of Korean economy already. I personally believe a ban at this stage would not be good for the government. But regulation is not bad. Actually, I welcome the regulation. Regulation means this industry is still growing and good regulation can protect investors from Ponzi schemes and AMLs. In Korea, anyone with an online shopping mall license can open an exchange, and it takes only 1 day and few dozen of dollars to get an online shopping mall license. This has to change. By the way, I've been a serial entrepreneur for a long time in Korean market, but it's been the first time I've seen this many global market leaders visit Korea every week. Actually, I've met many teams at this conference in Korea last month or even last week. This means Korea is still one of the leading market in crypto space, and it's great opportunity for Korea. 2 weeks ago, Korean government held a private seminar about cryptocurrency and policies. At this seminar, many industry leaders were supportive of a blockchain industry. For example, the head of research at Bank of Korea said, the future of digital finance revolution will come from blockchain, the underlying infrastructure of cryptocurrency. Daily Finance Group is one of the largest fintech companies in Korea. Their CEO, Seung-hyun Shin, said, for Korea, the strategic opportunity for economic growth is blockchain. But I want to remind you, please be careful when fundraising in Korea. There are lots of illegal, multi-level, pyramid organizations in Korean market. They collect money from thousands of investors and resell tokens at much higher price they bought. Sometimes they disappear with people's money. So, if you are looking for a partner in Korea, please do your research. I have met many teams, many blockchain teams who had struggled in Korean market after partnering with bad organizations. Now, I want to share a little bit about community and the story behind our fund. I started investing in Ethereum 2 years ago, and at that time, I found some problems. The crypto community in Korea was very small, and the average investors was uneducated. There were no good resources for learning, and it was very hard to find blockchain projects based in Korea. And last, there were lack of crypto funds managed by experts. I started gathering friends to solve this problem. We invested together in Ethereum and other early ICOs. And eventually, we made friends with the community manager of the first Korean crypto Telegram group. That group is now one of the largest crypto community in Korea. Together, we created a fund. All of us have backgrounds in engineering and experience as entrepreneurs. And we shared the vision of growing Korea's influence in the blockchain space. So we decided the name Blockchain Partners Korea. We decided the name by 30 seconds, but the message was very clear. To be honest, it was quickly put together. Our logo was public asset. It is very decentralized, so you can see our logo all around the place in the blockchain space. We had 3 goals with our fund: investment, community building, and accelerating. These are the problems we wanted to solve. We invested in great projects like Carbon Network, Omisego, Bluegel, and more. We believe that this industry is very still young, so we invested more into infrastructure projects. And then we introduced these teams to the Korean community, giving Korean investors and developers a chance to meet face to face. We held lots of educational meetups explain technical concepts of the blockchain technology. A month ago, we held blockchain developers seminar with more than 200 blockchain developers. We hope these blockchain developers will start their own blockchain project. Here's one advice I have. Before you enter the Korean market, please consider building a Telegram channel in Korea. Many Koreans are not good at English. We help projects manage their channels early on and then help find the right community manager in Korea. We believe that it's very important not only to introduce great team to Korea, but also to actually connect Korean developers with the project. For example, we have a plan to hold a developer hackathon with Carbon Network team early next year. With these kinds of activities, we found some great local developers teams working for their meaningful project. Now we are accelerating 4 projects. Coin Manager, the #1 crypto wallet based in Korea. MediBlock, it's a project about building medical information on blockchain. Pluto is a project about decentralized academic journal. And Uppsala is a project about building security platform for blockchain. We believe that acting as an accelerator is important to Korea to remain a strong player in the blockchain industry. Blockchain is decentralized, so it's going to be global. We believe that to be a globally successful project, many developers from other countries need to work together. We want to help this. For example, our fund sponsored the first hackathon in Vietnam last week. As a prize, we will invite the winner teams to Korea to present their project at our meetup, Hash Lounge, all expenses covered too. Korea is maturing. We are moving from traders community to a developers community. For this continue, we need your help. Please visit Korea community and share your knowledges and experiences. And here is one more thing. Today, I'm excited to announce our rebranding, Blockchain Partners Korea, to Hash. Actually, we used the name for a long time. Some of you already visit our meetup, Hash Lounge. Some of you visit our party, Hash Night. Some of you already seen our blog, Hash Post. Also, we have a plan for Blockchain Developers Academy, Hash Academy. These activities are equally important to us, so we wanted to unify our branding to Hash. Thank you for your support, and let's continue to build the decentralized community together with Hash.